Hey guys, what's going on? Hope you're all doing good today. Thanks for tuning back in, much appreciated. Today I'm going to give you guys some really good juice, some really good tips on using finesse jerkbaits in the wintertime, which most people don't do. And got a lot of good info for there. And here with Elijah, he's playing with the pork frog, stacking them up. He had their daycare's closed today, so he's hanging out with me today. And so anyway, we're going to talk about this finesse jerkbait deal. And real quick, guys, if you guys are interested in ordering any of these finesse jerkbaits I'm talking about, if you want to help the channel out, I'll include the Baitworks link, and you can order these baits directly from the link I provide. If you don't have a chance to go by the physical store here in Springfield, they got a full selection of mega bass, and you can get the baits I'm talking about here by using that link. Much appreciated. Okay, let's get into this finesse jerkbait deal, guys. One of the things about jerkbaits is I think a lot of people oversimplify the technique a little bit. Jerkbaits, they come in so many different shapes and sizes, so many different colors, so many different lip designs that I think a lot of people, and I've heard people say this over and over again, they just go, I want to simplify this thing. I'm going to get me, 2 or 3 colors and just, keep those colors there. They don't experiment with sizes. Specifically in the Megabass line, they come in a wide profile range, and specifically the one I want to talk about today is the Vision 110 Junior model. Now here's the 110, the regular Vision 110 up next to it, and you can see it's probably ½ inch shorter, but the overall profile in it is a lot smaller profile in the overall dimensions of it. So I'll say right off the bat, guys, I'm going to tell you guys, if you guys go out in the water with me on the water lesson, and any of you guys that have been out with me before, they can attest to the fact that I use finesse jerkbaits most of the time in the winter more than not. And a lot of people don't do this because they get locked into thinking they need a certain size jerkbait. But guys, in the wintertime, this is what I'm using most of the time is a finesse jerkbait. Now with different lips, I'll use the 110 Junior and the 110 Junior plus 1. The X75 Nanahan Megabass came in, next Nanahan plus 1. Basically just a small profile jerkbait. The reason I do this is a lot of times, most of the time in the wintertime, you have a combination of not only coldest water temperatures of the year, but the water is usually lower and clearer that time of year than any other time of the year. And you also have a lot of different shad sizes. If you've got gizzard shad, threadfin, herring, whatever like that, since the spawn for the shad occurred throughout the summer, you have a wide diversity of bait fish sizes, specifically in the threadfin shad. And I find in the wintertime that the bass feed more on the smaller shad than they do on the bigger shad. Now, as you get closer to the pre-spawn, like when those water temperatures start to warm up right before those fish get on the bed into the mid to upper 50s, they like the bigger jerkbait because the gizzard shad are bigger, the threadfins are bigger. But right now, the bass prefer to feed on the smaller shad in the middle of the winter as we're entering January here. Also, by having clear water, I think that clear water and lower water levels, you just get more bites on a smaller jerkbait, even quality fish too. So the key on this, guys, is, and this is one of the reasons a lot of people don't fish the finesse jerkbait, you have got to throw this thing on a spinning outfit. All you dudes out there that are just dead set on fishing your jerkbaits on bait casters, you just need to listen to me on this and trust me on it. You will get more bites and get bigger fish, and you'll catch a lot more fish in general if you just put your bait casters away and pull out your spinning rod, get you some 6-pound test Seaguar and Vizex line, straight fluoro, not braid to fluoro, and a 6'10" inch. I use that Megabass whipstake spinning rod, but a medium action spinning rod, and put these finesse jerkbaits on it. The thing about the reason why you have to have the spinning rod and the 6-pound line is it's harder to get a small jerkbait down to the depth where those good fish are at. You have got to be knocking on that 6 to 10 foot range if you're going to catch good ones in the wintertime. And you can't do that on a bait caster with 10 to 12 pound test line. You just can't get it down that far. not only because of the line diameters, because you can't make the length of cast that you need to make. And the thing that gives you the freedom of a spinning reel is you can make a tremendously long cast with 6-pound line, and I can get this bait down to the same depth that I can get a Vision 110 down with going down to the spinning rod setup. So there's a lot of different ways as far as working the thing, but in general, a lot of times what I do is I fish a finesse jerkbait a little bit faster than I do a normal size jerkbait in the wintertime for the most part. Elijah's just going to town over here with the pork frogs. What are you doing there?
Making a line with the pork frogs.
I got those new Papa E pork frogs in there. He's going over them. But anyway, I fish those finesse jerkbaits a little bit faster than a bigger jerkbait because a lot of times when you're fishing these things in clear water, you don't have to pause them a long time. You don't have to slow them down a long time. It's a smaller tidbit for the bass to hit. If it's a visual strike in the clear water, you can get away with just letting it pause for a second or two and moving it again. But anyway, guys, just a quick video on this. One of the best pieces of advice I can give you moving into January like we are now is when your water temperatures in the lake that you're fishing get down to the coldest point, get you some of these Megabass 110 juniors, 110 plus ones, 110 plus one juniors. Like I said, the Nanahan X75 plus one, Megabass X80. There's a lot of different finesse jerk-based Megabass Megs. Again, I'll include the Baitworks link in the description. You can order them through there. And I can promise you guys will get a lot more bites with some more quality fish than you will just on a traditional size jerkbait. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. And we'll talk to y'all later.